Hiya, Seven. Hope you're all well. Going to try something a bit different today and try and sort of teach the lesson more interactively than you've had in the past. So let me know how you think it goes and if you'd like me to do more of them. So just email me with your feedback. So the things you'll need are your book, pen, and I think that's pretty much it for today. Actually, just your book and your pen. And today's title is Factors and Primes. So make sure you've got that in your book, and then we'll start with what is a factor. So a factor is any number that will multiply to give another number. So I often list factors in pairs, and the best way to see what a factor is to just list some of them. So if I start with 10, then I know that a pair of factors I can list are 1 and 10, because those two numbers multiply to give 10. So 1 and the number is always the easiest place to start. Then, well, this number is even, so it must be divisible by 2 as well. So I know 2 is a factor. Well, what does 2 times with to get to 10? I know it's 5. Let's see if there's any more. 3, no. 4, no. 5, and then I'm back to 5. So factors. Multiply to give your number, and they must be integers. Have a think about what do I mean by integers. Maybe pause the video, look it up. An integer is a whole number, any whole number. So notice that we've got 1, 10, 2 and 5. They're not decimals, so it must be whole numbers. So have a go at writing out all the factors of 20. I'll go through it in a second, so just pause the video to give yourself a bit of time, and now I'll go through it. So easiest place to start, 1 and that number itself. Then again, 20 is even, so it must be divisible by 2. Well, what does 2 times with to get 20? I can just half 20 to find that out. That's 10. 3, does that go into 3 goes into 21, so it definitely doesn't go into 20. 4, yes, that does. Notice I'm doing this strategically. I'm going through the numbers in order from 1 up to, well, I'm up to 4 at the moment. What is 4 times with to get 20? Well, it's with 5. So then I can see that 5 goes in, so I don't need to list it again because I've already got it there. So 5, 6, no. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. And then I'm back to that. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, then they're not going to go into it with any other whole number. So hopefully you got all of those right. You can give them a tick in red pen if you want. Let's change that to red pen just so I fit in with you guys. There we go. So you should have something that looks like that in your books now. Next one I'd like to have a go at, or let's give you 2 to have a go at. Have a go at 35, and let's do 36 as well. So pause the video, have a go at them, and I'll go through them now. So 35, easiest place to start. 1 and 35. It's not even this time, so I can't divide it by 2 to get another whole number. 3, what goes? 3 goes into 30, so then the next one would be 33, 36. So no, not 3. 4. 4 doesn't go into it. 5, well, it ends in a 5, so 5 must go into it. And then what do I times with 5 to get 35? Well, no, that's 7. Does 6 go into it? No. Does 7 go into it? Yes, I've already got that there, so don't need to write it again. And 8 doesn't, 9 doesn't, 10 no, because it doesn't end in a 0. 11 no, that would be 33. 12 no. 13 no. 14 no. 15 no. 16 no. And then I can just do the rest of my head. And 17 no. 18 would be more than double that, so it's not 18. Right, so on to 36. You should have had a go at it yourself. If you haven't yet, then pause the video and I'll go through it now. You can give yourself a tick for the other ones. So overall there's 4 factors of 35. We're just listing them as pairs. There's 4 factors, 2 pairs of factors. So 36, 1 and 36. Easiest place to start, 1 and the number itself. It's even, so I know it's divisible by 2. So what do I divide? 36 divided by 2 is 18. 3, well 3 goes into 30, I know that quite easily, so then 33, 36, so 3 does go into it as well with 12. Does 4 go into it? Well, 4 goes into 40. If I take off 4, then I get 36, so 4 does go into it with 9. 5 doesn't, because we've seen it doesn't end in a 5 or 0. 6, now 6 is a bit of a funny one, because 6 goes into it, and if we times 6 with 6, then we get 36. So I can really just write the 1 6 there. I don't need to write 6 6. I can if I want. I'm probably not going to lose any marks, but I can just leave it as just that singular 6 there. Then 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't, 9 does, 10 doesn't, 11, 12, yeah, and then I've got all the factors there because I've been through them. So overall 36 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factors, so give yourself a tick. You've got all of them. You can tick all of them. Okay, so that's factors. Now we're going to go on to primes. And again, the best way to do this is to just give you some examples. So I'm going to give some examples and also some non-examples. Let's do them in a different colour. So we'll start with the examples. And I'll list the factors as well, and then let's see if you could come up with your own definition maybe. So we've got 2. Okay, so there's all my examples. Let's have some non-examples then to try and help you with that definition. So there's your non-examples. The number I'm saying isn't prime is 9, 1 and 15. Some of the numbers that we're saying are prime are 2, 5. And the other ones that I've underlined there. So the ones in purple are prime. The ones in black are not prime. So see if you can come up with your own definition. And then I'll write my own down, so you might want to pause the video. So prime numbers. So there's your definition of prime numbers. Always have exactly two factors, one in itself. Have a look at 2, 1 in itself, 5, 1 in itself, and so on and so on. Notice that these aren't prime because we've got more than two factors here. And then 1, people often get confused with this one. But 1 only has one factor. And look, we need them to have two factors. So 1 is not a prime number. It's a common mistake that people make, but none of us in 7x2 are going to make that mistake. Right, the next thing I'd like you to have a go at in your books, and I'll put this on Show My Homework as well, is this worksheet. So you can either just look at the video and have a go at it in your book, or you can download it from Show My Homework as well. I will be expecting you to send me your work from today, so your work from the video that you've watched and your work on Show My Homework, all this stuff, the factors and prime stuff in your book. I'll be expecting you to submit that via Show My Homework. Keep up the hard work and hopefully see you soon.